you scoot in a little bit more?
Towards you or on a right angle?
Towards me. Yeah, there we go.
You good? Oh, I didn't hear the, I'm used to hearing the beep. When I first started my personal training career, I didn't drink coffee. Oddly as it sounds, I don't know how I functioned. But then what happened is somebody introduced me to Starbucks and sugar-free syrup. And sugar-free French vanilla syrup with, like, in Starbucks coffee, I didn't know that coffee could taste bad. So somebody was like, oh, you need to stop having so many sugar-free, I had 4 pumps, right? And then cream. And they were like, you have a lot of calories in your coffee. It's like, oh, okay, I need to fix that, right? They're like, yes, you have too many calories from coffee. You're good. What's that? Yeah, you're good. This is Rico. Rico is Matt.
How you doing, man? There we go.
I was going off the beaten path. Anyways, I got to shorten that story. I'll start over. Actually, I don't need to know that I didn't drink coffee. I needed to shorten the story to when I first started. Okay. Is that still on? Okay. When I first started my personal training career, as crazy as this sounds, I had 4 pumps of sugar-free syrup and light cream in every coffee. And I just didn't know what coffee tasted like. And that's okay, I think, to a certain extent. And then you find out that, wait, this stuff has calories? And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should cut out some of the calories. And they're like, what about the sugar-free syrup? And then I had heartburn, and I was like, oh, what's that from? It was very frustrating. Anyways, my personal training career couldn't have lasted without quality coffee. And I noticed, even as I dwindled down on my sugar-free syrup, I got to this point, and I was like, this tastes, people were like, take it, have it black. Try this. I was like, no, this tastes terrible. Anyways, I finally, after a couple years of probably drinking mostly green tea, etc., somebody brought me a hot coffee from a specialty coffee store, and it was weird. Without sugar-free syrup, without cream, without almond milk, whatever, without anything else, the coffee tasted good. It was this weird moment, and I was like, I had so many questions. This blew my mind. Good coffee existed, like without anything else in it? So that led me down this rabbit hole of, what bean is this? Where was it? How does it grow? How is it roasted? How do you grind it? How do you make it? How do you cold brew? Hot? How do you? Anyways, so the origin story of Coach's Coffee is simple. I used to have terrible coffee with lots of flavorings in it to mask it. And you know what? That was fine for a time. But then I got to a point where I didn't want extra calories. I didn't want sugar-free syrup. I wanted something that tasted good, that was simple, that was just easy to replicate. And that's where I found one of my passions, which is coffee, and good coffee. It's coffee that you literally wake up and you're like, oh, I can't wait to make coffee. Literally, can't wait to make coffee. Right now, my average day starts with me biking down. The first thing I do when I get to the gym is I make a pot of coffee, and I can't wait for that first sip. And I try to time the peak caffeination, right? I try to time that with the busiest time of my morning, but I also try to time that scent so that when people do walk into the gym, they know Coach is here. So Coach's Coffee. What is Coach's Coffee? Coach's Coffee is it's not a lifelong passion, but it's a passion where a lot of people don't know what great coffee tastes like. A lot of people think they need to put 4 things in their coffee in order for it to taste good. And I found a region of coffee that happens to produce, on average, excellent, outstanding coffee. And I think that you're going to like it. I think if you're one of those people too that watches their caffeine intake and watches what else they put into their coffee and wants a quality experience, I think that you're going to love Coach's Coffee. Actually, I know that you will. It's locally roasted. That allows it to be more recently roasted than, let's say, 6 months ago, so you know that it's fresh. It's a small batch, so that the roast itself, right, because it's not in these huge vats in some Starbucks warehouse or Dunkin' warehouse, because it's in a roasted and heated. It's more evenly heated, so you're not going to get this burnt scent / flavor in the coffee. The other thing is that it's very low on acidity. Now, most coffee does have a certain level of acidity, but within the coffee world, I found that this brand of bean has a very low acidity. So if you're one of those people that likes to do intermittent fasting, likes to have coffee, water, or seltzer, water, coffee, whatever, in the morning and not worry about that level of acid in your coffee giving you acid reflux, I think you might be surprised at how great this coffee tastes and how little of a acidic reflux you get. The last thing, I think that pre-workouts are a problem for some people. And if you, as a person who works out in a gym, is focused on timing your level of performance / the performance that you're going to get from caffeine supplementation, if you're one of those people who's focused on it, then I think this low acidity, this smooth flavor, I think you're going to find that this is the ideal pre-workout. And that's also why it's called Coach's Coffee. It's not called Coach Kev's Coffee. It's called Coach's Coffee because I think this brand, this concept will spread, and other people in other gyms, and gym goers will find out that Coach's Coffee, leveling up your cup, right? That's our slogan, leveling up your cup. It's not just a way of drinking coffee, but you want the best of everything. You want the best coffee, you want the best tasting experience. That's who you are. And if you are that person, then you're going to love Coach's Coffee. So that's the backstory. That's the origin story of Coach's Coffee. We are finalizing, and nobody cares. That's good. That's definitely a YouTube.
Cool.
Lives forever. Should I do a how to get the most from your morning Joe, something like that?
Maybe.
You drink a lot of coffee, so I'm speaking to